Welcome to the live stream, everybody. My name is Ryan, and this is RimWorld. We are back with our ODYSSEY colony, and if you're watching this on YouTube, welcome, first of all. Thank you for joining me, but also check the description for all the helpful links, plus my mod list is down there, and I have updated it just recently. I've added a few mods, not too many. One of the big ones that I did add, a little bit more than quality of life, is the Vanilla Genetics Expanded mod, which is one of my favorites, and it's already up to date. So I didn't actually read through and see if what changes they've made for the new update, but since there are so many new animals, I'm figuring hopefully a few of those got tossed into the genetics mix, but that's actually a much more late game thing. We are going to be focusing on trying to get the grab ship started. Maybe not totally build because the colony is still pretty fresh, but yes, it was recommended by Steve, one of my loyal viewers and commenters on the VOD, that we should prioritize our ship if we want to get into the DLC content and stuff. And by the way, if anybody in Twitch missed that first one, I just linked the link to the first VOD there on YouTube for you. But also, if you're on YouTube, I hope that the chat overlay is not too much of a bother. I tried to shrink it down because the first VOD, I watched it back a little bit, and it was pretty big and a little too disruptive, I thought. But I want to keep it up. So let's see, what do we got here? Grav panel. We're going to order all of these grav panels collected. I don't think the it says to reconstruct for valuable resources. We'll do that in time, because maybe that does give us some grav panel stuff. Now, my question is, okay, it says thrust. Why can't we claim it? It says inspect. Choose a colonist to inspect it. Okay, so I imagine we'll have to inspect it first. Then we'll probably be able to claim it. We'll see. We'll see how that works. What does it say about it? Ultratech Heart. I think I read through this once, so I'm just going to skim it for any... Okay, yeah, connected to the gravel transport. That's right. Yeah, if we don't have an anchor, then we'll lose the colony, which isn't a big deal, honestly. It's our first colony, but Glitter World engineers use craft ships. Yeah, okay. Yep, so that's going to be the focus today, people. Let's see what our colonists are up to. I think most of them are sleeping. So in other words, I don't want to devote too much time and resource to building up this colony, Obviously, while we're here, we want to get as much done in terms of research. But speaking of which, let's look through here. I'm just wondering if there's any specific text that I should be going for in order to facilitate building this ship quicker. I mean, I expect it's... Oh, okay, here we go. Standard grav tech? Yeah. Okay, so build complex grav ship parts. I wonder... I'm assuming we're going to need to at least research some of this stuff. Here's basic grav tech. Oh, okay, yeah, this opens up a lot of stuff. The hull... Yeah, some of this seems like it'll be essential, like fuel tanks. Okay, so that'll be our mission too. We're going to get the resources in. I don't know, maybe we can go ahead and start to actually lay out some designs for it. At least we can try some plans and stuff. But we're going to make a beeline for this research, or wherever it was. Yeah, the GravTech stuff. And the good news is, too, I kind of anticipated that it would probably be a necessary thing to research a bunch, so... During the formation of our ideology here, let's see, where is it? Research, I said, oh, very fast, yeah, so got ourselves a little buff to our research speed, but, just because I don't want it to take 32 hours before we actually get a ship launched or something. I'd like to do that in the first 2 or 3 live streams, so let's speed it up a little bit. All right, they're getting the stuff back here. We've got the Gravlight panel. We got to play it real cautious here. Let's check our food. Okay, we got some meat. What's the situation here? Okay, let me pause this because we got 2 ovens. One of them is electrical, so we're about to upgrade. Good. So we will cancel these, and let's just deconstruct that one. That's our fueled stove. We want to switch over to the electric stove. And once that's deconstructed, I'll just move the other one. Now, let's look at the bills themselves. Okay, we do have pemmican. Good. They're currently eating raw berries, so I think we need to seriously start to harvest a bit and hunt a lot. Hey, Andy's here. What's up, buddy? With this DLC, I feel like the Android tiers mod would mesh very well. Oh, I bet you're right. I'll have to write that one down, actually. That one I think also requires the alien races like framework mod or whatever, but I definitely am familiar with androids. I used it once in a playthrough. I didn't fully understand it at the time, though, like when I was playing. I think this is before I even had a YouTube channel, but I do enjoy sprinkling in like some exotic races and stuff. Yeah, a little bit. I've got a little bit of familiarity with it. What's going on, Akatato? Welcome to the stream, my friend. Yes. We are back with our second stream for this colony here. What do we name it? Oh, it's the Knights of Grum faction. And the colony is like Despairville. But we are going to try and focus on, getting our ship at least laid out a little bit and really start pushing research towards that. I want to prioritize getting the ship built and getting our people onto it. Cutie Bun Bunny, I've missed the last few. Is the little bun alive or have we moved out of there? Well, Cutie, I don't know if you missed the last one because we've only done one other previous live stream for this colony right here. But little Cutie is still alive. She's going good. Let's take a look at everybody here. Bio, and she's our fighter. That's right. She's our vat-grown soldier, incapable of a lot of stuff, but she's got a little flair for the artistic too. Even though she does like to get out and fight, she's also an extremely good planter. So, yeah. And also, if you did miss that first stream, Cutie, I think you were here because we named one for you. But yeah, this is only number 2, so you're all caught up. So there's a third version of the Android tiers. There's the original, the unofficial, and the reforged. The unofficial one does require the humanoid or alien races. Okay, I gotcha. And the enable oversized weapons mod. I think I've used that one when I played with the Lord of the Rings mods for dwarves and gnomes or hobbits. I think that one was required, unless I'm thinking of something different. But I'm familiar with most of those. At least I'm familiar with one of the Android tiers version. I'm not sure which one I played with, but I think it was the one that required the alien races. All right, so we'll turn that to prioritize. I don't know about these things. Let's get one of them deconstructed. Now, I'm assuming that to inspect the grav ship, we probably want to do it to our person with the best intellectual. I'm just guessing that. And I believe that's going to be our man from Saturn. And yeah, that's affirmative. So Saturn, you are chosen, buddy, once you get up here. Okay, he's researching. That's fine. We got to fire. No, we got to fire people. All right, Saturn, get up here. Let's move. You do suggest the unofficial one, since the only one that currently works with, I think you meant to say 1.6, not 1.5, because Odyssey is introduced alongside the 1.6 update. 1.5 was Anomaly. But, all right, so, at least I think so. I'm pretty sure that's the case. All right, Cutie Bun is grabbing that. Where's Saturn? Look at Saturn's majestic hair. Oh, it's like George Washington up in here. It's all powdered and stuff. All right. Let's do this. Let's see what happens. Hope we don't incur like an alien invasion or something. I'm getting anomaly vibes here with this. All right, so it says grav core detected, mechanoid relay. Amongst the remnants of the crashed mechanoid platform is a still intact grav engine, hums with energy. You can build grav ship around the engine to create a new one. Okay. And the engine pushes against gravity, whatever. Launches a grav ship by researching basic grav tech, then building fuel tanks, thrusters, and a pilot console. Okay, so those are like our basic things. Got it. And it also says launching a grav ship will abandon your current map unless you have a grav anchor first. That I was aware of. So research, unlock basic grav tech. Flooring unlocked. Oh, okay. Cool. And it's a quest. Now, let's see. Okay, good. I can uninstall and move it. Yeah, because I do not want to be building my ship right next to this. Now, I imagine the ability to uninstall and move it is probably because I have the MinifyEverything mod installed. Because I don't know if that's vanilla, but if it's not, that's the reason I'm able to. Get back here, Saturn. No, don't fire at it. Oh, okay. Who's got deconstructing assigned to him? Is it our boy Matza? No, cutie. Can I understand? Not deconstructing. Oh, that's right. I got complex jobs. Duh. Okay, we're going to have to spend a moment here. Oh, I didn't know that doesn't look like any of the work with 1.6 at the moment. Okay, understood, understood. Yeah, so 1.5 is the last one released with Anomaly. That's how I've been filtering. Like every time I go and update or look for new mods to install in this playthrough, I filter for 1.6. All right, so this is one of my favorite, like just quality of life mods. It definitely makes the work tab more complex, but that's a good thing. It gives you much more granular control over what your people do. It's so much nicer. So we're going to take just a moment to fill this out. I promise it won't be too excruciating. Let's see. Okay, is our cook and butcher. Train is fine. Handle, entertain, no. Repair, yes. Deconstruct, yes. Wait, Matt's is our cook, right? Yeah, okay. We'll set that to a 2 so there's not too much conflict there. That's good. Okay, plants, very important. You know what, actually, I'm forgetting that Saturn's supposed to be mainly researching, so let's keep him off of most stuff. He will do drugs for us because... I'm sorry, he'll make drugs for us. But don't assign me, I'll chew the wires, Cutie Bionics says. No, it's going to be... I don't know who it's going to be, actually. Herp is our number one in terms of construction. All right, and Mansa's got 2s here. All right, we're almost done. Mining, that to a 2. Machining, fabrication, refining. Art, that's what Cutie Bun does when she's not doing anything else, is just make art. All right, now we need to turn these all to a 3. Yeah, complex jobs. This is one of like those first mods when I'm playing on a regular basis and like there's a new update or something. I'm like, this is one of the ones I have to have. All right, that's good. We'll put that to a 3. Stone cut smelt. All right, we're fine. I think we're fine now. Okay. Let's get Herp up here. Prioritize uninstalling. We're back in the swing of things. That's just it with the RimWorld. Very often there's a lot of like just housekeeping stuff you got to deal with, like setting schedules, assigning policies and refining them, you know, watching the bears and stuff. No, not that last one, but all the other stuff. It gets a little tedious, but once you've mastered it and you can knock it out real quick, you can get your colony like functioning like a well-oiled machine where you just sit back, you just increase the speed, and you just let them do their thing. All right, let's grab this. So what we're going to do is just immediately install it somewhere. Let's put it like right here. Oh, Christ, we got fire burning over here too. Hold on, we got to deal with this. It's annoying more than anything else. With this amount of fire on the map, it's probably going to start raining pretty soon, and we're not really in any serious danger. Actually, this dirt right here, this little blank dirt area, might just protect us. Let's not even bother our colonists with the fire. Yeah, never mind. Cancel the fire. Don't bother with it. Unless it comes over here, then we'll put it out. All right, so what we're doing with the grav engine, let's place it. And we'll just put it like right here. I have no idea how big this ship needs to be, but all right, there we go. Herp, let's do it, buddy. No, Herp, come on. Oh, he's got to cut the tree first, damn it. We're speeding things up. We're getting a little bit of crop going, so... Oh, yep, we got a fire. There does seem to be a new Android Races mod. It actually seems a lot more in-depth than the original. Okay, interesting. Maybe worth a look. Cool. I've got it written down, so I'll check it out before the next one. CX. that fire. Resume normal task. Put away marshmallows and weenies. Oh, that's right. I mean, if the fire gets close enough to the picnic table out here, I guess they can roast themselves a little lunch. I'm okay with that, but... Alright, Herp is cutting a tree, and he's real bad at it, so he's going to take him a while. But, let's see. Okay, who's our hunters again? Oof, we need more than one. So I don't like to have my cook as a hunter, but Cutie will be the hunter. What kind of weapon you got, Cutie? You got a bottle of beer. That's all she's got. Alright, let's drop that. Do we not have ranged weapons? Alright, well, we're going to deal with that. Let's get some short bows made. We'll let him finish the backpacks, then we'll make a couple of short bows. Alright, speed it up, people. So it looks like Saturn's the only one who can actually legitimately hunt. Okay, fire. Herb, keep going, buddy. Just keep doing what you're doing. Ooh, let's get some boomaloops hunted. I like that idea. Okay. They might attack us, but they're a pretty big target. He's got a nice long-range rifle. Bought them on the head with a bottle. Totally works. There is a mod that lets you do melee hunting, although I've never used that one. I've looked at it several times, but I don't know. Melee hunting just didn't really appeal to me very much. Alright, let's wake these two jokers up. Get out here and fight this fire. Kind of shocked it hasn't started raining yet. Maybe they tweaked it. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's like a different thing now. Our garden could be in threat here. Uh-oh. Alright, we got the Boomaloop Revenge. Fall back, Herp. Oh, Herp went over here. Shoot. Let's turn Herp off hunting. I like you, Herp. I like you too much to let you die from Boomaloops. So run. Run like the wind. Yeah, we're fine. It's a kind of a domino effect with the Boomaloops. One of them goes up, they all go up. Herp's nailing it. Look at that. Good job, Herp. Alright, so we'll get these guys to pick them up. Herp, go for... Yeah, go for that one, Herp. Let's get Mats out here. Matza, we got food awaiting you, buddy. It's being cooked on the spot, too, so come get it. Oh, we really need that rain to kick in. Matza could get overheated over here. We gotta be careful. Medical treatment. Oh, okay, yeah. You know what? Cancel it, buddy. Cancel it. He's gonna get burned up going in there. So I let it rage a little too much. It was a bit of a waste of the two Boomaloops, but listen. It's tough. It's tough sometimes. I was legitimately expecting more rain. Herp smoked that thing. He did. Alright, so I need to kind of let them just chill out, do their work now, because Herp's got crafting to do. And, yeah, oh, wait a sec. Why is... Oh, okay. That's right. Oh, look at Saturn. He's over here tending to his buddy Matza. What a sweetheart. Alright, are you not tired, buddy? He's going to hunt a turkey. Let's watch him. Saturn is also our moral guide. Okay, but all four of our people are of the proper ideology. So I just want to check something. Okay, we did this one recently. Oh, okay, we could do this one. Maybe in the morning. We'll need to do as many of these rituals as we can. Keeps their mood up, and of course it brings us closer to reforming our ideology. Matza, Sir Minds a Lot is fully healed. Wonderful. Great name, buddy. Alright, where are these two jokers going? Herp, what are you doing? Oh, okay, he's deconstructing this chunk here. Matza's asleep, but as soon as he wakes up, we want him to be cooking. So we'll have him... when he wakes up. Let's watch Herp up here. Want to see what kind of resources this gives us. Oh, okay, it does give us grab panel. Nice. Not a lot, but, yeah, in that case, we'll go ahead and just deconstruct all of them. I've always tamed booms for the fuel and the potential mobile bombs once bred, yeah. Boomaloops and boom rats, anything that explodes in it. Since, also, I don't know if you guys heard me earlier, I mentioned it right when I started the stream, but I installed Vanilla Genetics Expanded. That's been updated already. So we can literally like make Thrumbo Boomaloop hybrids. And the description of those, if I recall from my last playthrough, was compared the explosion to an atomic bomb. When you crossbreed a Boomalope with a Thrumbo. So that's something we can look forward to. But the genetics mod is very much a late game type of thing. Yeah. It's the machinery alone has a pretty big footprint in terms of like all the little machines and apparatus you need to make genetically modified animals. So if we're living on a ship at that point, we're going to have a pretty big ship for it, but we'll see. Like I said, that's a late game thing, just something to look forward to. All right, let's get herb. See, the rain is finally coming down. Speed things up. Matza better be cooking. Ha ha ha, good job. I feel like a boss. Like I'm just going to randomly check in on people. Okay, Saturn's doing what he's doing. Cutie, what are you doing? Cutting stone chunks from block. Cutie, that is perfect. Okay, so actually, Cutie, why don't you hold off on that? Let's get you working on your favorite thing. Yeah, art. Okay, so she's going to start whipping out a bunch of sculptures. We're just going to do this forever. She can look forward to an eternity of making little bitty sculptures. I'm going to clear all materials. I'm going to limit the radius. And now I'm going to go into the stone blocks, and I'm just going to allow marble. So we've got 660. So yeah, that's all she's going to be able to use. And like I said, actually, let's make this just for her. Okay, good. Go. And of course, we can switch her back to, because her art job is set to a 3 priority, and that stone cutting, now I'm going to bump it to a 2. So if I turn this, all I have to do is just unsuspend this, and Cutie will immediately switch over from her art to this. Maybe not immediately, but that'll be her priority. Yeah, heck yeah, making little goobers to make everyone feel happy is what I do regularly. Goobers? I love that. You know what I always find funny? Because, like, I'm an artist myself, at least before I started doing YouTube. But one thing I always do at these early stages when a colonist is really crappy at art, I will deconstruct. As soon as, like, she finishes this, it'll probably be, like, awful quality or whatever. So I'll deconstruct it just to reclaim like partial resources so she can practice again. But I always think about how I would feel if I created something like a nice little statue and like somebody, the owner of the colony or the boss or whatever came around and was like, oh yeah, good job. Now deconstruct it and do it again all over. Just keep going, practice. Maybe that would actually be a good way of developing, an artist, but it would certainly be a bit demoralizing. Now, why is nobody working on this? Oh, Herp is sound asleep. All right, Herp. Have we not managed to get any psychoid yet? No, I don't think we have the knowledge. Oh, we do. Okay, so this needs to be set as a priority. Let's do it until we have 50. Limit the ingredient range. There we go. Good. Yeah. Actually, I just want him to drop it right on the floor. Same with the pemmican. Just drop it right at your feet there, Matza. Good job, buddy. Okay, so do we have this set to accept psychoid? No, we don't. There we go. All right, now let's check and look at our garden. How's this up here? Okay, we've got some heal root coming in. This is great. I'm going to turn on the fertility overlay. Okay, so this is our little psychoid. It's not very big. I say we get a bit more of that going. What's this? Okay, there's nothing in that spot. Psychoid hungry people here. I'm going to try and set up a little schedule for them so they don't get addicted, but it's no guarantee. Because they could go on a mental break and like start just binging on the stuff and get an addiction. 7 squared. What's going on? Cool name. Oh, cool. I've always wanted to get into this game. It's just been sitting in your Steam library untouched. But you got my attention. Well, welcome, my friend. Thanks for coming by the stream. Yeah. We're playing with the new DLC, so that's kind of the focus. But we just started the colony, so yeah, getting going here. If you're got any questions, man, feel free to shout them out and stuff. I'll try and explain as best as I can. But RimWorld is a deep game, and the best way to learn it is just to play. And also come to grips with the fact that you will die, or your characters will die, and you will lose lots of colonies. But yeah, it's a great game for sure. So glad you can make it, my friend. All right, let's see here. Let's speed things up. Oh, there's a gun right there. Cutie. I think she already had that equipped, actually. I made her drop it by accident. Alright, yeah, I think she just preferred to use a bottle. So I've got a really great mod called Simple Sidearms, and once you've mastered this mod, it introduces this little bitty box right here. And it allows them to have a gun and also keep like a melee weapon, like a knife, if it's small enough, on their person. It's really handy. And they can instantly switch back and forth. Alright, let's see. Okay, yeah. Research that. That was an auto research because Matza is out here reading this book. So that was actually just a bonus. Good job, Matza. Oh, poor Matza. The real Matza's out on a boat right now. I don't know if he can join the stream today, but... Alright, so let's see here. Do we have the ability to actually lay walls yet? No, I think we genuinely have to get up to this research right here. Basic grav tech. But you know what? We can actually research it next. Yeah. Alright, that's cool. That's what we're going for. Whoop, that's not what I want to do. Cutie, an artist with a gun, reminds me of that picture of Daniel Radcliffe in Guns Akimbo, where he's disheveled in a bathrobe with pistols. Have you actually seen that movie? Guns Akimbo is badass. That was such a funny and cool movie. I mean, it's such a weird premise, but it's entirely... You know what it reminded me was Running Man a little bit. The old Arnold Schwarzenegger movie, Running Man, which I think is based on... Is that based on a Stephen King story? Or maybe it's like older than that. But yeah, Running Man kind of gave me that feeling where he's like in this game show almost, essentially. It was very cool. But yeah, that's a good reference. It was bizarre but good. That's why I like Daniel Radcliffe. He chooses movies that are very strange. You know, he did that one where, I think it was right after Harry Potter, too. He did the one where he played a guy who grew horns out of his head, and the movie's just called Horns. And then he did another one where it was called Swiss Army Man, and he was playing alongside another actor whose name, I can't remember the actor's name off the top of my head, but the other guy was playing a corpse, and Daniel Radcliffe would just like use the body like to like sail on and do all kinds of weird stuff with. Bizarre movie, really genuinely off the wall stuff. But that's why I like it, you know. He doesn't just take those boring like romantic comedy type things. Because I'm sure he gets thrown like every project you could imagine. A guy like Daniel Radcliffe, especially right after a Harry Potter situation, he's probably hot property. He could pick and choose anything he wanted, literally. Haven't seen Swiss Army Man, but I was told it was good. It's very unique, and I mean, you'll never see another movie like it. It's got some pretty crude and silly humor to it, but overall, it's an interesting film. I recommend it if you don't want to be bored by a movie. You won't be bored by that one for sure. All right, let's see here. Saturn's asleep. He's knocking out the research, though. You know what? Let's wake him up. We'll speed it up a little bit because we're going to do that ritual. And of course, he's got to lead it. Oh, we got a heat wave. Let's see, temperature-wise. I think we should be fairly okay. We've got 2 cooling units here. And that's all, the only rooms we need here. Now, why the hell are they taking so long to build this? That's what I want to know. Also, this right here, this was a terrible idea. Trying to build the walk-in freezer here? That makes no sense. Alright, so heat wave, whatever. All right, wake up, Saturn. Let's get everybody out in the sweaty heat, and we're gonna do Henrius's party. No, we're gonna do Festival of the no. What was it? Wait a second. Which was the one that was good? I thought it was that one. Huh. Maybe I looked at it wrong. Okay, that's the one we performed recently. Wait. Okay, no, it's not this one. I swear it was this one. Sorry, we're going to move past this here shortly. Okay, I think it's this one. For some reason... Oh, it's because of the extreme temperatures in the ritual area. Oh, gosh. They're very temperamental. Apparently their ideology doesn't mean quite as much when it's hot and sweaty outside. I spit on your devotion. It means nothing, herp. Come on, people. Alright, they're okay. Smithing, let's go. So we finished smithing. We're going straight to basic grav tech because it is going to be a quick one to research. Alright, Herp's rocking and rolling. He's making bows now. Let's just whittle that down to 1. Let's get some more food going too. So I gotta look for some animals. Oh look, they're retreating. They're leaving the map. God, even the animals can't stand the heat around here. Well, that's not a good sign. Heat waves are pretty serious things, I guess, aren't they? Especially in the middle of... Well, it's April, May, so it's not actually summer, but... Herp is still the man, though. Herp is like, I don't care about the heat. Ooh, we got a carcass right there. You better grab that, buddy. Spoils in 2 days. Get it. Oh, we got an event coming in. Game froze up. Grand... What? Quest available. Okay, so they want us to build a 3x6 size monument of any metal, wood, yada yada. Construction must be completed within 12 days. You receive the rewards once you finish. If the monument is destroyed within 15 days, your relations will go to a -10. Yeah, we'll do this. Wait a second. I thought I turned off Goodwill. Oh, that was for the first colony. Turn off the Goodwill. I don't care about the Goodwill. All I want are like more options for loot. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so we'll do 4 Glitter World medicine and 50 silver. Boom. So we've just accepted a building quest, which normally I don't do a lot of, but early game like this, the building quests are fairly easy. So, okay, there's the blueprint. We'll just install it all the way back here. Yeah, if we put it like right here, then I can just build a wall. Even if it's just like a quick wooden wall, it'll help prevent any damage to this thing. So, all right, let's speed things up. And what was the time frame? Where's the... Well, we'll wait till they install it. We'll look at it. We'll get it up, though. All right, we got a stinky old elk carcass in the freezer. Let's look around for some more food. Cutie Bun is working hard. She's getting us some herbal medicine now. Yeah, look at that. That's awesome. Let me check something. Assign. Okay, good. Everybody is assigned to herbal medicine. I usually keep them with the most primitive stuff for like bumps and bruises. And then if they get a disease or if they like lose a limb or some serious injury, then they get the good stuff. And look at this. We got a llama. Is it injured? No. And there's a horse over here, too. Alright, speed it up. Mats is still hard at work. Making us little stacks of... I thought I set it so we could have larger stacks of food. I do have the storage mod installed now. Let's see. Is it the food basket we want? Let's put a couple of food baskets here and try and put that pemmican in those, maybe. I don't know. We'll see how that works out. They've changed some. These used to be a double item. Some stuff has changed with this mod. Not surprising. I took about a year off. Helminia, hello. Welcome to the stream, my friend. Thanks for stopping by. Haven't heard from you in a while. I hope you're doing well, Hel. Great to see you. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, we got a raid. You know what else I just realized? We don't have any beds in here. If we get prisoners, we're going to be bedless. Yeah, Helmini, are you a fan of RimWorld? I know you like Cataclysm, and I know you're a fan of Vintage Story, but have you seen RimWorld before? Are you familiar with this one? Alright, we will need some temperature. We're just going to do an over the wall, so they'll have to deconstruct the wall and let the prisoners out, potentially. Alright, so let's investigate our newest raid. A group of imps. Oh, we got imps coming in. They're going to prepare for a while. Over here. There's 2 of them. Oh, jogger kind gourmand. Ooh. I like this pawn. 56-year-old female. She's not too bad in terms of her health. She could be a little bit younger. She's almost certainly going to be infertile. We got a 28-year-old hunter. He's a cannibal. Oh, and see this little thing right here? This indicates that the pawn is unwaveringly loyal, and we cannot recruit this guy. So even if we injured him and threw him in our prison, he would never join our faction, unfortunately. But she would. Yeah, she doesn't have that. She's actually the better of the pawns, too, so that's super interesting. Let's see. It's almost certain that they're going to come around this side. Let's come over to our security. Where is it? There it is. Let's throw down a couple of spike traps. I'm not going to go crazy with them. I'm going to put them in the home zone, though. Boom. Okay, let me just look. Alright, that's good to go. Alright, let's get Herp on top of that. He's making backpacks. Get up here, buddy. I need you to prioritize this. So we're setting up some stationary traps, and hey, Matt, so what's up, buddy? I was just talking about you earlier. Of course, you're in the colony, but I'm hoping you're doing well, my friend. I wasn't sure if you'd make it. I know you're at work. All right, last I heard you were at work fixing a battery. Welcome to the stream, buddy. It's great to see you. Your character is still alive, but we are facing off against our first real serious raid. It's only 2 people, but we're going to try and take them out here. I'd like to get that one without killing her. Yeah, if we could throw her in prison and start to recruit, that would be a good process. That would be a good thing right now. Alright, so Herp is going to get these traps up. These traps are really great once you kind of understand how pawns their pathing in the game. You can kind of, I know that these guys are probably not going to try and destroy this wall here. They're going to take the path of least resistance right to this point. And that means they're going to go right here through these traps, hopefully. Did Colonist Helminia die? Yes. That was our first run, and she did die. The whole colony died. So this is our second one. We started. I've got one other VOD up on the channel, and it's linked actually in Twitch. So if you missed the first one for this colony, it's linked right now in Twitch. You can check it out whenever. But unfortunately, yes, Herp is here. What's up? The boss is ready to delegate. Yeah, this one, fortunately, have been no deaths yet. And I tell you what, Helminia, if we get to capture this imp right here, we will name her Helminia, okay? And let me tell you, that's actually kind of fitting, because she can literally breathe fire. All right. Oh, okay, they're assaulting. Herp, you didn't get the second thing built, Herp. Oh, he's working on the air conditioning for the prison. Matza says, I just came off of work now, and we managed to get the battery to connect, and tomorrow we will see if we can connect to the port side. Yeah, that's right. I forgot you were in our first colony, Helmini. I'm sorry about that, but all right. Hopefully you can be a part of this one, too. Although that's the thing about RimWorld, you can't get too attached, no doubt about it. Creature comforts hold higher priority than little death by invasion. That's true. He's getting ready for the incoming prisoner, I think. So, let's do Pem. Yeah, I want this. I want all the pemmican here. Okay, we'll bump this down to preferred. Okay, and how do we copy that again? I've forgotten how to copy it. Oh, well, we'll just do that. There we go. Okay, that's set. All right, let's do this. Let's get the raid or the defenders up here. We actually do have some pretty formidable fighters right now, so I'm happy about that. Didn't set up any real good defenses for them, but if we just kind of line them up, this will probably be okay. All right, so our colonists are going to go. Watch these guys go straight and attack the wall. They better not. It says he is... That doesn't tell me what he's doing, actually. Huh. Used to be, it would tell you what they were doing, like if it's attacking something. All right, now this is unfortunate. He's in the lead, so he's going to trigger this trap. Okay. She's going to come at his full strength. Remember, she's the one we want to down without... Okay. Okay. Fall back. Fall back. Okay, one of them's got a bow. They both have ranged, actually. We have what's called the Run and Gun mod installed, so we're able to move and shoot at the same time. I just find that to be a very realistic mod. Actually, definitely makes things easier, too, when you're raiding. But, again, I think it's realistic. Alright, so we got some traps right here. We've already prepared early in the run. Maybe we can draw them. No, it looks like they're trying to go for our buildings. They're going to try and destroy our stuff if we don't defend it. Hey, what's going on, Steve? Welcome, welcome. Look, they're trying to steal what they can and leave. Welcome, my friend. Thanks for coming by. Oh, yeah, they're trying to take my grav ship engine. Bro, that is not going to fly. Pun intended. Okay, sweet. We got her. We got her. We downed her without her dying. That's huge. Okay, we got both of them. Alright, so first of all, let's reinstall this. Please don't steal my stuff. Alright, and yes. How bad is she? Death in 8 hours. Didn't lose anything. This guy... What's he wearing? We'll go ahead and strip him and finish him off. I'm not going to bother taking prisoners, which we can't recruit, and which are just going to be like, you know, mouths to feed. But she is definitely worth recruiting. So who's our best doctor? I think it's our boy Saturn, right? Yeah. All right, so he's consuming some pemmican. Let's let him do that, and then he'll come and grab her. Capture. Actually, Matt said, why don't you do the dirty work and finish off that guy? Steve says, I'd keep the grav engine under wraps until you're ready to start the construction of the ship right after laying the first floor of core. Okay, so maybe I don't. We should just put it into our storage area. We're actually, thanks to your comment, Steve, I did mention this too. I'm prioritizing grav ship stuff. So we're actually literally researching basic grav tech right now. So yeah. And I'm going to try and devote most of our time and resources towards building the ship instead of like laying out some elaborate colony, obviously. So appreciate your advice on that, my friend. All right. So yeah, capture her. Good. Major break risk. Not to worry. Come on. Speed it up. Alright. There we go. Now, it's probably a good idea to have a light in the prison. And we also want a table, don't we? God, hold on. There's 2 mods I just thought of. I want expanded furniture. I literally... there's one thing from expanded furniture that I use that I like. I install that mod for one item, and it's the single table. The little single-piece table. Because I hate building these 1x2 tables. It's pointless. That's good for all the research line as much as you can't go straight away and make any unnecessary needed. Yeah. Okay, so I guess we'll just build one of these in here. Put some of these. Okay. I'm back. What's up, Andy? Gotta go before too long, though. Kids wanted fish sticks for lunch, so I'm waiting on the oven to preheat. No worries, my friend. You're making me hungry now. Some fish sticks, some mac and cheese. Let's go. Yeah, sounds good to me. All right, I think I know what I'm going to have after stream today. Okay, so good. Saturn's healing up our girl. This is really fortunate because she is great at social. And she's also good at intellectual, so she can back up Saturn. And she's a gourmand, so I think I'm going to have her take the place of Matza in the kitchen. Eventually we'll want 2 cooks. Maybe even more than that, just depending on how big it gets. Fish stick, tartar sauce, and some fried rice. There you go. That's healthy. That's a tough choice, but, you know, I don't have to worry about it yet because we haven't even converted her, so let's not stress over something. Because there's always things which could happen. This prisoner could try and break out and get killed, like in a shootout or something, so we better not count our impids before we've recruited them. Reduce... Let's recruit her. Okay, so under our list of things for the warden, how that warden interacts with this pawn, we're going to set it to recruit. She's got a resistance level of 18, which is, depending on how good our social person is, like how well they talk to her, it might not take too long to get her recruited. We'll see. Okay, Herp is hard at work. How's the food situation? We've got 500 pemmican. That's good, but it's not good enough. So let's look for some more meat. Wait, are we still... Yeah, we're still in the middle of a heat wave, too, so... Gotta keep that in mind. We don't really want to be spending too much time outside, like hunting and stuff, or constructing. But where did that other impid's body go? There it is. Alright, let's extract the skull. And can we put it down here? Yeah, I see another corpse there. Okay, that's perfect. Just got to make sure we got room for it and stuff. Thanks for coming by the stream, everybody. It's good to see you here today. We basically got every one of our characters named up here. Some are Patreon, some are just frequent viewers of the live stream. And let's see. Hopefully, we've got another one inbound here, too. Let's check her health. Okay, she's all patched up. She's got no infections yet, but considering the state of this, like, medical area, or her, you know, prison, there's dirt floors and stuff, she could very easily get some sort of infection. Alright, let's put a bed in here. Just for fun. And I think we need wood, actually. Oh, there it is. Graph ship research. I'm going to backtrack to machining, because machining opens up a whole lot of stuff, including like turrets. So we now do have a bunch of new stuff we can start to think about. Now, what did it tell me? We needed the tanks, we needed the console, and the thrusters. Those were the 3 building pieces that explicitly mentioned the field extender, the grav anchor. I know what that does. What does this do? Ultratech device increases the size of a grab ship. It extends the area which the substructure can be built. Okay, interesting. Cool. Yeah, let's backtrack to machining. And we'll knock out some of those basic, like, security things. Lord Enix, what's up, buddy? Oh, thank you for the sub, my friend. I appreciate ya. How you doing? Hello, my monthly message incoming. Hope I'm doing great, buddy. Doing very well, and I appreciate you. Good to see you again. You have a max of 6. Okay, thank you, Steve. Appreciate that, buddy. I'm glad you're here to help me out with this, too. But, yeah, welcome, Lord Enix. Maybe we can name a pawn after you, too, buddy. We've got a lineup going here, though. But, yeah, this is our second stream for the colony, and we're getting into the new DLC content, Odyssey. Friendly reminder that anyone who has an Amazon Prime can sub for free monthly. Thank you. That's true, Herp. You are the man. Appreciate you, buddy. Amazon Prime, you can if you got your Prime link to Twitch, you can sub for free to one person a month, basically. And of course, with that sub, you get ad-free viewing. But yeah, appreciate ya. Look at our little kitchen. It is just packed full of delicious pemmican, which is only stacking in 75. There's got to be... I must need to adjust the mod options. Hold on, I want to check something real quick. Maybe I installed the wrong mod. I think what I was trying to do was OgreStack. That's probably what I'm looking for. Let me write that down. OgreStack just allows us, unless I'm misremembering, to increase the stack size. So instead of like just 75, I could do like 7,500 in a stack, you know? My friend was just talking about this game last night. I'm so bad at this game. I gamble way too hard. Yeah, it's a tough one. As we had a newer person also join earlier, and I said you've got to get used to the idea that you're going to lose many times. You're going to have so many colonies just go down in flames. We've already had it happen once since I started playing with Odyssey. But Herb says RimWorld is the kind of game that I'd hate to play by myself and wouldn't want to run it multiplayer. It's great to watch though. Let's see, we'll speed things up a little bit. 7 squared, got a work meeting. Hope to catch those YouTube. Right on, my friend, and hopefully more vintage story. You know, you can count on it, buddy. Yeah, and this VOD will be up on my YouTube channel in a couple of days. Couple of days from now. I've got a lineup going of videos already, including more vintage story. In fact, my Polar World Challenge episode 7 or 8 comes out tonight. Slow and steady wins this particular race. That's right. Yep. Can't take any unnecessary risks. But you know, I played Dwarf Fortress before I ever got into RimWorld. Actually, it was kind of weird. Prison Architect was the game that got me into RimWorld, believe it or not. But I had a lot of time in Dwarf Fortress under my belt before starting out ever with RimWorld, so that helped a lot, actually. It's very similar in concept in a lot of ways. In fact, I think in RimWorld's description, like on Steam, doesn't it mention Dwarf Fortress? Like it says it's like inspired by or something. Let's see. Power's the only answer. Oh, that reminds me. There's another mod I want to install. Bionics, baby. I love the Bionics in this game. The ability to, like, you know, enhance your colonists with cyborg-like parts. And there are some really great mods that just take that to a whole nother level. Herb says, does it by chance have a multiplayer option? There's a multiplayer mod. And I haven't played with it in a long time, but what it used to do, it would just allow you to, like, communicate and, like, send resources to other colonies. And maybe pawns too, but it wasn't like true multiplayer. Like you couldn't both be in the same colony or whatever. But it was more like you were both playing on the same world, kind of, you know. But I don't know, maybe they've changed it. They might have deepened the functionality of it. I'm not sure. So that's worth looking into, Herb, for sure. But I love the Polar World. I've never seen so many penguins. Hey, listen. They started the fight. Oh, good. Okay, we are getting all the pemmican put away. That's good. Yeah, I'm enjoying the Polar World series too, just recording it and playing it and stuff. It's been a lot of fun so far. But yeah, next episode comes up in a few hours, actually about 5 hours from now. Herb, our Lord says, Herb, I think I remember seeing one a while ago. I assume there's something good. Yeah, I'd be up for some multiplayer RimWorld. We'll have to look into it, like I said, because I don't know what the functionality of the mod, or even if it's updated for the new one. I don't know. You know, mods do oftentimes get abandoned, but RimWorld's got a very robust modding community. So, if I had to guess, I would say it's probably still actively being updated and stuff. Now, why is nobody not assigned to working? What would that fall under? What would extracting the skull fall under? Mortuary, probably? Set everybody to that. That's probably what that is. I tell you, the complex jobs is great, but you gotta... There it is. Yep, mortuary duty. Everybody's got mortuary duty. Get on it, Herp. You got to extract the first skull. And then we're going to come down to the ideology tab. And right over here, we can do a skull spike. Oh, I forgot. We got to get some wood. We got to chop down just a whole forest over here, people. Do we have... Okay, good. Full power. Let's eat that rat carcass laying there. It's delicious. It's protein, people. Lord says, yeah, I'm assuming people have made it happen and keep it... yeah, I mean, this game is still coming out with big DLC drops for sure. For sure. I think RimWorld is actually older than Vintage Story. I want to say off the top of my head it was first released in 2013, but I have to double check that. But yeah, I mean, RimWorld is a great game, just in terms of its development cycle. And like I said, the really robust modding community. There's a lot of parallels in a lot of ways between RimWorld and Vintage Story in that sense. You know, small group of developers in their own studio, you know, have really explosive success and are devoted, you know, to a constant improvement of a game. And they focus on one game. You know, it's not like Ludeon Studios that makes RimWorld doesn't have like a half dozen other games. They have RimWorld, and that's it, you know. I'd be interested to see them maybe come up with another game at some point in the future. You know, if they're like, all right, RimWorld is done. Oh, I forgot about the blueprint. Shit. All right, so how much time do we have left? Expires in 11 days. Okay, we got to prioritize this. We're going to be using marble, I guess. Oh, that's probably in the way of Twitch chat. Can I post a link with... I don't think Twitch will let you post a link. Go ahead and try it, though, Steve. It might allow me to approve it. So if I can approve it, I will. But go ahead. What is it for? Is it for a mod or something? Or like a YouTube video? I'm not sure what... I know YouTube doesn't let viewers do that and stuff, but... It just came up as stars. Did you see that? I'm not sure if that was you trying to post the link or not. All right, let's get... Yeah, we'll just do marble because that builds really quickly. And place marble. Okay, good. Yeah, Twitch blocked it. Yeah. What is it, Steve? I mean, I'm not sure what it is. Just a mod or something. It is mind-blowing how much... Oh, okay, it's the multiplayer mod for RimWorld. Nope, no worries, buddy. I'll check it out after the stream. I appreciate it. I'm going to write that one down on my list, though, too. Multiplayer. Just to look into it. And we got Herp, too. Herp is one of my Patreons, and he's in my Discord, too, so Herp will remind me, I'm sure. It is mind-blowing how much time these part-time modders put into their projects. Yeah, I tore apart the Rustbound DLL, and the creator and contributors had something like 6,000 lines of code. That's crazy. Yeah, I got a lot of respect for the modders, and it's always great when you see like them get absorbed into the development team itself, which I think has happened with some RimWorld modders. Don't quote me on that, but I think isn't like the vanilla expanded modders like... I don't think they work for Ludeon, but I'm not sure. I thought Prison Architect was the same studio as RimWorld. I don't think... That's a good question, Helminia, or a good proposition there. I don't think it is. I'm pretty sure it's different. But the little characters look very similar. The little pawns or whatever, they do appear very similar to the RimWorld characters. I have to double check that on... Steam. I can tab out real quick. Let's see, store, Prison Architect. I remember that Prison Architect came out with like a part 2 or whatever. Actually, Introvision software published by Paradox Entertainment. That's Prison Architect. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Ludeon Studios, who do RimWorld, I don't think they've released any other games besides RimWorld, I think. All right, thank you, Steve. Appreciate that, buddy. All right, let's see here. Working. Oh, here it's happening. Look. Matza talking to the future Helminia here. Let's go to her prisoner. So she's had her resistance broken a little bit. She's at 17.1. Let's see. Look, he's talking to her about handshakes and stuff. We go to social. He asked her to join, and it brought her resistance down a little bit. So she didn't acquiesce to it just yet, but it's very much a like progression thing. It's not like there's going to be just a chance he'll join us. You have to break their resistance first. But okay. And speed. Let's go. What are we working on? We're researching that. Now we've got some graph stuff available. Should we probably whip out... Okay, we've got all the resources from up here. Should we whip out the grav engine now and start laying it down? Let's see, where's the floors? Now it said something about the grav ship floor. Is that under like... Oh, it's probably over here. Okay, yeah. Grav ship substructure, lightweight truss. Oh, okay, now this thing is in the way. I'm just going to move it up here. Alright, let's see. You need to deconstruct those mechs if possible. Oh, really? Okay. Oh, so do the mechs now, like, drop some sort of, like, grav piece or something? I don't have the machining table yet, but we're actually literally researching it. So we'll get those brought in, and then we'll deconstruct them. God, this heat wave is still happening. Let's see here. Where's our first little statue? Has she not produced any statues? Whoops, that's the wrong table. Here's what I'm gonna do. Instead of going forever, I'm going to have her do it X times. I'm just going to set it to like 50. That way I can kind of keep her progress. I can watch. Because I don't think she's produced a single one yet. That's too bad. You need to lay the substructure first. Okay. I'm just curious, like, I don't know how big it's going to allow me to do that. So does it... Wait, must be placed within the radius. Okay, so we got to lay the engine first. Or am I misunderstanding that? Must be placed within the radius of a grav engine or grav field extender. Okay, so we got to place this first. And then the substructure around it? Let me think about this. Before we actually do that, let's beef up our security a little bit here. So one of the mods I installed is the Embrasures mod, which I really, really love. And we're going to use that right now in combination. Oh no, I have art block, no statues. That's all right, Cutie. It just means, yeah, your artistic is still at a 1. But just means you're probably busy with a lot more important stuff. Yeah, right now you're hauling dead scythers to the stockpile, so that's good. But all right, so what we're going to do is we're going to lay a pretty big granite wall going down here-ish. All right, let me look at this. I don't want to cut off any of our good soil, but probably going to have to. All right, I'm going to have to go up and around. I'm going to have to cut that in half a little bit. All right, so we've got a pretty long wall here, but we're going to make it thick and we're going to defend it. All right, and we've got, actually I want that too. We'll use granite. I'll use steel, and then I'll use granite behind it. All right, so we'll get that done. Let's close that off. So that will force anything that's not like a breaching raid that goes straight for the walls. That'll force them through this little gap right here. So we can focus our traps. I can probably set up some embrasures too. Let's just go ahead and do that. And what I'll do is I'll forbid some of like this over here, so they'll focus on the walls first. But embrasures are awesome. Put it across like that. We're going to just fill that in. We'll double it up. We want it doubled. Okay, you can design any shape you want, but the substructure needs to be under the grav ship engine. If you haven't already, start solar power research. You can have power so. What was that? Heard like an explosion or something. Okay, the prisoner's asleep. I think we're okay. 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 You can have power source on board except wind and hydro. Understood. Okay. Let's see. We don't have solar yet, do we? Ah, gotcha. Alright, we'll get there. Oops, what am I doing? Yep. Thank you for the advice. We will go for that. Alright, so what we're doing over here is we're going to put a doorway there. Okay. And again, I'm going to forbid all of this for now. We'll let them work on this wall first, and then we'll work on this front structure here. Helminia, just letting you know that I stopped appearing on the Vintage Store server because my computer monitor broke. Don't destroy my little house. I never would. Never in a million years would I, Helminia. I'm honored to have your house on the server, but I appreciate you letting me know. I hope you get your research, or I'm sorry, I hope you get your monitor up and running again. That's terrible. I've had that happen too. Sometimes those like flat screen monitors just go black. They just stop working. I've had that happen before. It's frustrating. But thank you for letting me know though. Yeah, I'll tell Wiss too. She was asking me to destroy your house the other day, so I'll tell her not to do it. No, I'm just kidding. I love Wiss. No, it's all good. It's all good. You know, the server is going to be there for a long time, forever, as far as I'm concerned. And I've even talked about maybe setting up a second server down the road in the future sometime with like some more challenging mods installed. Maybe even like a wilderness survival run where there's no map, but we'll have mods where we can introduce the map or something like that. You know, I haven't nailed anything down. But of course, when that time comes, all the Patreons will be welcome. Let's see here. If you're up for it, if you're up for facing off against some T-Rexes and some other crazy stuff, like I said, it'll definitely have to be much greater of a challenge. So he says if you have more than one HDMI port, try using another. Sometimes PCs forget. That's a good point. Yeah, and hell, if you need any help troubleshooting or anything, you know, there's a lot of very intelligent people on our Discord. I'm not one of them, but there are some smart people who work with computers and stuff. But all right, let's see here. How's it going? I'm glad he's prioritizing this monument. Actually, that is what we need to focus on. Oh, it's happening. Okay. 16.1 to 15.5. Saturn, you are doing the Lord's work there, buddy. Convincing our little impet. Okay. Where's Herp? Herp's asleep. Did we get... Oh, you know what? There is one thing I need to... Oh, no, we got... Why are we not brewing psychoid right now? I don't think we have a single bit of psychoid brewed up. What is going on with my psychoid production? Is this stuff just like incredibly slow to grow? I can't believe that we've had like 4 or 5 harvests of rice and not a single harvest of the psychoid right now. Dino server max lives equals 5. Forever. Time to completely restructure the spawn zone and put bears and wolves on display in glass cages. Do you guys ever see that movie based on the Jules Verne movie, The Time Machine? Or the Jules Verne book, The Time Machine? It was actually kind of a cool movie, but at one point I think he acts like he gets knocked out and he hits the lever that makes him go into the future, and he's just like holding the lever down unconscious for like an hour or something, and he goes thousands of years into the future. It's super cool. I love that part of that movie. Overall, the movie's kind of corny in some ways, but that particular part was so cool. Oh, literally broke. Damn. Dangy. Let's see which version we're on. There are 2. I'm trying to remember the name of the actor who. It's Guy Pearce is the actor in the one I'm thinking of, I believe. Guy Pearce. I think that's who that is. Okay. Yeah, I just watched, speaking of Guy Pearce, he wasn't in this, but he's been in previous Alien movies. I just watched Alien Romulus, which was pretty good. I liked it. Big fan of the Alien franchise, but there's been some real stinkers in that franchise over the years, some real B-level movies, but this one was right up there. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Some of the performances from the actors were really great. The guy who plays Andy, the robot Andy, was good. Yeah, it's Guy Pearce. Yeah. He's the one who, like, hits the thing, I think, at some point. Falls into, like, the lever. And then he ends up talking. I want to call them the Morlocks. Is that what they call themselves? It's like this race of, like, subterranean future humans, which have, like, enslaved, like, the surface humans and use them as, like, meat and cattle, essentially. I think they call themselves the Morlocks. Yeah. It's coming back to me. It's all coming back. I wonder, one thing I'm not ever been clear on, is that a part of the original Jules Verne story? Or is that just like extrapolated by modern Hollywood writers and added into that story? Because if Jules Verne did come up with that, I'm going to have to try reading some of his original stuff. It's pretty cool. All right. So we get our walls going. Wait, did we finish this? Herp? As soon as Herp eats, he's going to be forced to work on this. All right, get down here, Herp. The Morlocks are much more scary in the original version. Okay. More scary than cannibalism and stuff. Hey, I'll take your word on that. Where are you going, Herp? Let's get marble. Oh, good. Thank God the heat wave is over. Wow. Hey, Matza, coming out to help with the little temple. With the little thing. So this is part of a quest. And if we get it, we'll get some Glitter World medicine. This stuff is a lifesaver right here. This can help pull someone from the brink of death. So it's great to have that little insurance policy. Let's check out the roof overlay. I'm going to set up some orders for mining. Nothing too extensive, but I just want to open this up a little bit so we can create a larger stockpile. Go ahead and harvest this. Or mine it, I guess. They're scary they're cannibals, just visually more scary than the remake of the okay, gotcha. Alright, let's turn that off. Good. It's all happening. Oh, we got fire, and it's raining, people. Alright, so they better be down here. Good. Hurry it up. Speed up. As soon as this finishes, we'll get the reward. Excuse me. Yes, nice. Pods arrive. There it is. Give it to me. Bring it inside. I'm going to get that medicine put away ASAP. Herp's over here meditating. Herp, what do you think you are? A Buddhist? Up here meditating? Alright, so that's working now. Good. See, it's all happening, people. It's all coming together. And we're going to make this front wall here with these embrasures pretty elaborate, but I kind of do this in stages. I've built these walls many times. Many times in many past lives. You guys... Oh, disturbing vision. Oh, no. Saturn has gone into had a strange dream. He saw a black shape unfurling in space and time, growing and consuming. The shape originated from the nearby crumbling monolith. Upon waking from the vision, Saturn feels strangely drawn to the monolith. It calls to him. Kind of, this description right here kind of reminds me of the evil from Fifth Element, like that evil black cloud. I forgot what they call it. Is it the Chaos or something like that? Not sure, but that's another classic. Fifth Element. Oh, I watched a little, like, it's one of those, I think it's done by GQ or one of those, like, YouTube videos with Gary Oldman, and they were asking him, they would quote lines to him from old movies he'd done and see if he could remember the lines and what part and, like, what movie it came from, and he, like, could not recall the lines from Fifth Element, and he was like, I don't even know how that movie, like, why that movie became so popular. But he's like, of all the movies I've done, he's like, people come up to the street about that to me on the street and say, I love The Fifth Element more than any other movie he's done. It's wild. Let's see. Herp wants to mine the monolith after Saturn tells him. We're not touching that monolith. Whatever. We're not touching this thing. Monolith. Yeah, that's it. I forgot to turn off anomaly at the beginning of this playthrough, but we're just gonna ignore it. We're not bothering with that. God, I haven't seen The Fifth Element in a year. It's worth a rewatch, man. It really holds up in terms of its special effects, because it's got all kinds of great practical effects, almost zero CGI, and I think there's probably some CGI actually in the space combat, but it really does hold up. Some of the aliens look a little goofy, but it's a creative movie. I love it. I love it. Anomaly start. I'd ignore it if I were you. It's nothing but I know we're not touching Anomaly. I hate it. Fifth Element was awesome. Mila Jovovich, yeah, she plays that part so well. Like, because you got to think about it, like, her character is not only a naive, like, first-time human, but is also, like, some ultimate super powerful being, you know? So, as an actor, when you're, like, reading the script for this character, it's like, oh, I've got to be incredibly naive and, like, not know stuff, but I also have this, like, super powerful knowledge and ability. It's like, how do you approach that role, you know? That movie was great. Bruce Willis is great in it, too. He's got a very casual way of, like, just, like, you don't feel like he's acting at all, you know? You think he's being who he is, but I'm sure there's a lot of work goes into what he does, too. Tragically, Bruce Willis basically cannot do movies anymore. I don't know if you guys have heard of this, but he's, like... I don't know what his technical mental disease is, but he's got some form of dementia or something going on that he's like, yeah, it's like the worst kind too, I think, where he has trouble like recognizing his own family and stuff. Pretty sad. I've heard about that movie a bunch recently, and I think I saw some of that interview. Oh, the Gary Oldman? Yeah. I love him. He's a great actor, Gary Oldman. Another one of his movies, which I really, really loved, is Dracula. What he does with what's the name of the director who did that? Francis Ford Coppola version of Dracula with Gary Oldman as Dracula. Oh, it's such a weird but good movie. Now, and also, if you want to talk about practical effects, that movie Dracula with Gary Oldman, Francis Ford Coppola directs, is a masterclass on practical effects. Rewatch it if you haven't seen it in a while, and just pay attention to how they present the scenes in that movie. Now, keep in mind that it's got one of the best performances from Gary Oldman next to one of the worst performances by Keanu Reeves. Oh my God. You want to hear the worst Southern accent you've ever heard in your life? If you haven't seen Dracula with Keanu Reeves in it, just watch that. And then you've got scenes where Keanu Reeves is like all in the same scene as Gary Oldman, and they're acting across from each other. It's bad. It's like, oh God. I often complain about the new Dune movie, seeing like Javier Bardem next to Jason Momoa. But this is even greater contrast, 100%. It's a British accent, that's what it is. It's not the Southern, it's a British accent. That's right. Yeah, really, really bad. All right, we're going to try and take on this sloth right here. This could give us enough meat to replenish our pemmican supplies. I'm a little nervous about Matza, so let's have him retreat into the compound and go. Fire, Herp. Absolute trash. It's so funny, dude. It's so bad. I've also heard Winona Ryder, because she's in that movie too. I've heard that her get a lot of criticism for her performance, but I didn't think her performance was really that bad. I mean, again, when you're acting alongside somebody like Gary Oldman or, you know, some of the greats, it's hard not to look a little bit amateurish next to somebody like that, unless you're also just a phenomenon. But I think her overall performance was fine. At least she did the accent well. Or she didn't really have an accent, but... Keanu Reeves, it's like, what the frick, dude? It's like Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Is Herp not firing because his pistol is too short range? That's exactly the reason. He's currently firing now, but here, if I pause it, I have a mod called Range Finder. This is not part of the vanilla, but if I hit the control button, you can see the circles that pop up, and the green radius is Herp's range, and the red is Saturn's with the gun. So yeah, that was why he was not firing. English actors can do American accents very well. American actors mostly cannot do British. That might be true. Yeah, I mean, yeah. You know, it's funny too because Christian Bale is a British actor, and he's one I think a lot of people don't even realize is British, because he does a lot of movies with an American accent, and he does it so well. Another one that's incredibly good is Hugh Laurie when he portrays Dr. House in the television show House. He's another one. I think a lot of viewers of that show probably never have a clue that dude is British, because his American accent is perfect. So good, so good. Yeah, that's a great movie, or a great show too. All right. It's funny because it's such a difference from where Hugh Laurie started his career as almost like a Monty Python type of comedic figure. All right, let's speed it up. Oh, resistance. It's a chore, but we're getting there. All right, so we got a bunch of meat. We're kind of running low on this, so looks like he's harvesting some right now. That's perfect. That's what I'm talking about. We got a well-oiled colony going right now. Just got to get this wall built, and I'll feel a lot better about the situation. Hugh Laurie's American accent is crazy. Stuart Little's my first see of him, and I never would have guessed. Footlights shows at Cambridge University with Stephen Fry. That's right. Yeah, he was a kind of a comedy duet with Stephen Fry. He's also got insane range as an actor. Yes, 100% he does. And others. Yeah, I never watched. I'm aware of that British show. What is it called? Footlights? I never watched it, though, which is weird because I do love those old British comedies, shows, and movies. There's a few of them. Not just Monty Python, but Absolutely Fabulous. I always liked that one. There's a few others. Oh, Red Dwarf is always classic. Classic sci-fi. Yeah, there's a few that are just really great. Let's see. Uh-oh. We got our second raid coming in, people. A group of Itaken furries, aka the furries. They will prepare for a while. Let's jump to their location. Looks like it's just one of them. Or is that a mistake? Is there more of them, maybe? I think it's just the one. Wait, let's go back. Oh, that reminds me. There's another mod I want called Raid Points. It just shows us how many points each raid has. If you go into dev mode and you start spawning in raids, they're ranked by the game with point values, and the raid points mod just simply makes those viewable when you're playing the game, so you can kind of see how big the raid is. So let's go back to this. Okay, so. Okay, I think it's just this one. Furry Pete has a grudge against the settlements. Footlights is the name of the comedy group at Cambridge. Okay, they put on different shows. I understand. I gotcha. 101 Dalmatians freaked me out as a kid because I had just watched Stuart Little and I was convinced Stuart's dad was kidnapping dogs. Let's look at Pete. Peter Pete Marshall. Okay, well, this is... He's not unwaveringly loyal, but he also is very, very limited in what he can do. Probably because he's a test subject. Yeah, this background right here, test subject, look at all the things it disables. Basically, all he can do is fight and do a little bit of animal handling. All right, but he's going to prepare for a while. So in other words, if he doesn't die, I'm probably not going to bother trying to recruit him. We'll just take him out. Okay. Let's put up a couple of traps. We'll put one there. One there. One there. At some point, if we were making this a permanent settlement, I would line like this whole wall with traps, you know. But yeah, since we're not, hopefully not going to be sticking around here forever. All right, now let's think about this grav ship. Wait, all right, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's just wait till the walls are built. I want to build a grav ship, but I know I shouldn't rush it. If I start building a ship and we don't have like a solid defense up, then what's the point? You know, it's just going to get destroyed once we actually get like a decent raid come at us. But, all right, let's speed things up, keeping an eye on our little furry. Let's see here. I can't really think of like too many movies that I would say like traumatized me as a kid. I mean, we've talked about this before, but I watched a lot of like adult movies when I was very young with my dad and my brother. We would go to the video store and literally just like rent every weekend. We would go visit him and we just like rent the whole wall. Like, okay, what did we stop on last week? We'll rent the next movie in the line. Like, we didn't even look at it. We just rented everything and watched it. And it came, you know, presented some pretty awkward moments at times. But overall, it was a great learning experience. I wouldn't have traded watching those movies for anything. All right, so he's going to come in, slip through here, and we're going to be waiting for him. There we go. I remember watching Critters. I loved Critters. The idea of these, like, galactic bounty hunters. Man, I wanted to be a galactic bounty hunter so bad after watching Critters. Oh, dude. I Spit on Your Grave freaked me out for about a week. Bro, Spit on Your Grave. It's meant to freak people out. That's a... I don't even want to really describe what that movie's about on Twitch. But that's hardcore. It's not actually hardcore. It's just very, very hardcore, like, subject matter. All right. Now, I've linked it before, but there's a really great YouTube channel called Red Letter Media. Do any of you guys watch Red Letter Media's shows? They got about 4 shows. They do like a movie review show called Half in the Bag. And then they review like older movies too, with a show they have called Review. And then they have a great, like, pure comedy show called Best of the Worst. And what they do on Best of the Worst, there's like 6 of them. They rotate in character people for each show, but they'll watch like old bad movies and stuff and just rip on. It's kind of like akin to a Mystery Science Theater 3000, which is another show I used to love as a kid. You don't miss those awkward movie parent moments. Oh my god, dude, so many of them. My dad was pretty chill though. Like he just let us do whatever we wanted. Uh-oh. Look at this. What is this? It's a sculpture of a chicken. Cutie Bun Bun, you've made us a chicken. And if we judge it, we judge it as awful. It's actually got a negative beauty to it, Cutie. So if I were to put this in the room, it would actually hurt people's eyes when they looked at it. It would literally detract from their mood. So I'm sorry, but I have to deconstruct your first ever sculpture. It's not going in the trash, but it is no longer going to be present in this reality. I'm sorry. I got to get all existential on you there. Scanners is a weird movie. Another one that did it for me was Scanners. Scanners from 79. That's not the one I'm thinking of, is it? Is that the one where they bring themselves back from the dead? It's got like, I think it's got Julia Roberts. Shoot, what's the name of that actor? Scanners. Tell me what Scanners is. Clockwork Orange. Oh my god. Yeah, that's a genuinely disturbing movie, even for adults, I think. Yeah, Clockwork Orange was a great one. That was another one that my dad let us watch as kids too. But again, he was there to kind of explain what we were seeing, you know, and the idea of the state, you know, essentially like brainwashing people, I think is a very important theme, especially more and more these days too, you know. So that movie is very relevant socially. It's not just a gore fest or crazy, you know, rape movie or something. It's got a real message to it. Clockwork Orange does. Bandit at the time it was released. You ain't seen what? Yeah. Yeah, it's graphic though. It's got some horrible stuff in it, but ultimately the moral of the movie is it's a real ethical dilemma. Let's see. A movie that I won't watch again is a movie called The Girl Next Door, but I've not seen that one. Don't mind I spit on your grave movies. Oh, okay. The weirdest thing that freaked me out as a kid, a Tooth Fairy movie called 101 Dalmatians and Small Soldiers are the only three that really messed me up, but I watched movies like Spawn, Eight-Legged Freaks, and Tremors. Oh, Tremors is so good, dude. Tremors is a perfect movie. If you watch that, like the way that the script is written and like how it's paced out and stuff, Tremors is a perfect script and movie. So good. So well done. It's no big surprise that it spawned like several different sequels and stuff. Obviously not as good as the first one, but... Alright, how's the food doing? Why are we so low on food when we've got all this meat right here? Matzah! We do need a second cook or something. I think we're out of rice. Oh, it's sitting in the field. Oh my gosh, I'm talking about movies and the colony is falling down around me. Oh, and I keep forgetting to do our little ritual. Alright, matzah. There we go. Alright, let's do that. I watched a girl watch that movie for the first time on YouTube like a month ago. Oh, Species. Wait. I lost the... Species was a very, very awkward film to watch with my parents. Tons of smut scenes followed by immediate gore. Yeah, no kidding. Just got a cult following. It was just her watching, but cutting to when she was talking about the movie, and it was so nice to see someone that see the movie for the first time. Tremors, I gotcha. Yeah, Tremors is great. It's another one that holds up really well too in terms of its practical effects and stuff. The worms look good. The scene where they bust into the basement with the people who have all the guns and stuff, and the guy shoots it with the elephant gun, still looks great, you know? Really, really well done movie for sure. I don't know who directed that, actually. I'd be interested in looking into that a bit more. Good old Kevin Bacon, though. Alright, nobody's deconstructed our chicken in here yet. We need some prisoners we can convert to our ways. We've got one. Oh, that reminds me. We should be hitting her with the convert spell. Yes, beautiful. Nice, +6. Alright, hit her with the conversion, Saturn. Let's look at her ideology. Okay, so yeah, so she's the wrong ideology. Nice. Good job. So he hit her with a little conversion spell. I thought... Oh, yeah, we can convert... Let's convert her and then we'll work on recruiting her. I almost forgot about that. So I'm glad you said something there, Matza. I mean, we do have one. But I just forgot about her. Essentially, pick up this meat. Hold on, I want to see. Why are they not... No empty accessible spots. So this is full? That's not a lot to put in there. Okay. That's weird. Yeah, I guess we need more storage. I'm kind of shocked that this freezer can hold so little, but... It doesn't... Does it say? It doesn't even say, like, how much capacity it has. Oh, well, I'll just build more of them. Hold on, let's look at our storage options. Do we have bigger ones, maybe? Probably need to research, like, a bigger one. Single wall. We'll just put another one down. Shit, better put 2 more. They're really cheap, actually. It's only 20 steel and 1 little component. Remember that you have limited space on your grab ship at first, and they all need beds and foods as well as storage for everything else. Okay. Do you think 5 is too many? If we get our newest recruit brought on board, I think that's probably too many, or hopefully we can keep her around too. It's sad that she's not younger. 56. I haven't looked at her fertility, but I imagine it's probably 0. Because we would like to start... Yeah, she's got a fertility 0. Well, maybe ultimately that is a better thing because... Yeah, so's Cutie Bun Bun. Yeah, because then we won't have to worry about filling up the ship prematurely. 5 is probably okay, but I'd be picky to choose about who I take. Okay, for sure, for sure. Thanks for the heads up. And no kids at first. Yeah, I think it is actually a blessing in disguise that our 2 ladies are over the hill, so to speak. Beyond their child-rearing days is probably the nicer way of saying that. Herp, quit meditating. Bring down his psi focus real low so he doesn't spend a bunch of time meditating. Herp, I need you to work on that. And I tell you, Mats has been doing such a good job cooking. Like, nobody's getting food poisoning. He's a real special guy to me. Alright, so what do we got? Oh, there's another sculpture. Actually, that one's decent. Good job, Cutie Bun Bun. Alright, Herp. Should deconstruct that. Hey, Herp's got to keep his mana bar up. It's his psi focus, but yeah, he's only got the 1 spell right now, which is a really crappy one too, so we won't use it very much. In fact, I'm going to turn it all the way down. Working on myself, boss. I'm taking a mental health day. No such thing in this colony. If you are feeling stressed, then just have a mental break. You know, just go on a little tantrum, because you'll get some catharsis from that after the fact. But, all right, here's our other prisoner. Let's remove the skull. Oh, I never built that other skull spike, did I? Oh my gosh, I forgot we had no wood. So these skull spikes are actually kind of nice for decoration. They'll improve the look of the room and stuff. Do you think we ought to do just like a little bunk room so then I can get some of this storage, you know, spread out a little bit too? I don't know. I got them working on too much stuff at once, so let's just wait for them to finish their current projects. Construction. Should we have Saturn pitch in and maybe help construct a little bit? He's really supposed to be hard at work researching, so let's see. I suppose rampant murder is also a good way to decompress. Well, listen, if you go on if you have a murderous mental break, I'll just throw you in prison with Helminia here, so she'll keep you company. But no, we're not anywhere near that, fortunately. What's this? Oh, we are literally out of storage space over here. Who was our miner? Matza. That's why I know mining's getting done. Okay, well, he's asleep. We'll just give it a little bit more time. If we can get this dug out, then I can extend some of the storage area. And I think we will build a little room. I'm going to do something like this. I'm going to pause it, though. Let's actually get this mined out a little bit. Alright, yeah, and we'll just forbid this for now, but eventually we will want them to build themselves a little bunkhouse. Yeah, help improve their mood, because a small room like this, I can put just a couple statues in there, and it'll bolster its beauty. This room is still awful. Okay, we finished machining. Let's consider our next choice very carefully here. I think Steve said I go for solar panels, right? Yeah, let's get that knocked out. But now that we've got machining, what we can do is set up a machining table. Very important. I'm going to put it outside at least till we clear some room. Generation 6 mammoths are on the server. Nice. Now wait, what do you have to get it up to before you can like ride them and mount them? You don't have to get them all the way to 10, do you? Is it Gen 6? Oh, bro, I want a mammoth mount now. How much gold do I have to pay you for a mammoth mount? Oh, it is 10. Okay. Well, we're getting there, right? We're getting there. Slowly but surely. Not to worry. Glad you're on Gen 6, though. Yeah, I imagine an elephant's gestation period is long. Long with lots of food required. Good job, Herp. This guy's literally keeping the colony built. Food-wise, we're doing okay. Let's see. Do we get our... Okay, we got our other rims here. Let's go to storage. Copy settings. Let's paste and paste. Good. Awesome. Nice. Move that. Yep, let's go for another little hunt here. Let's see. What are we out here hunting? Maybe no Mega Sloths. Do these things still not... A 10% chance to attack when harmed? Huh. I thought they didn't have a chance to attack. I don't know. They've made some changes to the animals, so I don't know if that's the same. Okay, yeah, horses won't attack us, but they're also very fast, so they're kind of hard to kill them. 75 hail bales per pregnancy mammoths. Damn, bro. And that's all they eat, huh? They won't eat flax grain? That's too bad. Or even veggie? They won't eat anything but hay. Wow. That, I say, is not very realistic, because I'm pretty sure real elephants will eat veggies and fruit and stuff. Alright, so we've just converted the future Helminia into our ideology, so good job, Matza. Way to go, buddy. Now, we will continue. Ah, they will not, damn. Previous namesake was a rockstar mafia lord too until he was murdered. Listen, it's good to just, whenever you lose a pawn in RimWorld, just forget about it. Just act like you have sudden amnesia and you can't remember what that other colony was like. We just move on. Live in the moment. Alright, so we're going to set this up to shred a bunch of mechanoids because we got like 6 of them. There we go. Good job, everybody. Let's see. Herp. He's building granite walls. Is anybody else capable of doing this? Saturn. Machining. Okay, he's sound asleep, but he should take those out. That'll help us get a little bit more storage room. I'm going to unforbid these now because they're taking up too much space. They should be stacked together. Another thing I think I'll do... Let's get all of the medicine in one place. I'm going to set up a big shelf made of marble right there. Yep, okay. And we'll put all our medicine on that one shelf. Actually, you know what? Let's get rid of that. I'm going to move it closer to the door right there. All right, let's go. Speed it up. Haven't tried veggies, probably should. Onions are super easy to get large amounts of. Yeah, onions for sure. Carrots too, if you're not worried about flax. They will eat veggies. Oh, nice. Let's see, most fruit and veggie and even syrup. Really? There you go, buddy. Yeah, that would be easier, I think, than hay. You know, hay bales are kind of a pain. You got to spend all that time out there, like with your scythe and crap. Don't forget about the other mechs outside your walls, especially the ones... Oh, that's right. Yeah. Wait, no. Wait. This is... Can't be deconstructed. This is for the Mechanitor quest, right? Yeah, this is part of the biotech thing. These aren't deconstructible. I don't think there's any more mechs outside our walls. We got all the ones deconstructed that were up here. So they're good, they're good. They'll even eat gelatin. Weird. Gelatin's kind of a process to make, though. I wouldn't feed that to my animals. Oh, there's still no room for this. Alright, is the wall done? Herp? Herp's hard at work, I know. He's doing his best to get that wall built. Do we have the stone for it? Oh, that's why we stopped. We ran out of stone. Let's get that going. They contain components I need. Well, what do? Go up and smash them? I mean, these, it says attack it to destroy it. Okay, I've never tried to attack the ancient exostriders. Let's see. Yeah, but those are the only mech type things outside the walls. Look at these two little big sloths here. Okay, we'll go up there. Let's grab Matza, move him to the end. What's his actual shooting? Matza probably needs a gun too, but we've only got a bow and arrow, so we'll give him that. You can keep the knife, buddy, but this arrow's going to be your primary. Okay, and equip that as a sidearm. Beautiful. Let's see, does Cutie have a sidearm? No. Equip that as a sidearm, please. Alright. Hard at work. Good job, Saturn. Where's Herp? Ah, excellent. Working on the walls, just as he should here. The wall and dragons from the Game of Thrones have a lot in common now. Alright, speed it up, and we're back to the research. Solar panels, let's go. Oh, okay, so she's fully healed now, which is good and bad. It means once we've converted her, she'll be ready to go, but it also means she's going to be a little bit anxious walking around in here. She might try to break out, but we've given her everything she needs to live. All right, good job, Matza. Speed it up, buddy. Speed it up. I don't remember. Does Herp have a sidearm? Furry Pete had a solid bludgeon. I just gave the bludgeon to Cutie. Why is she wielding it? And Herp does not have a sidearm or a melee weapon. No. Yeah, which we'll correct that once we can actually make them. All right, so let's go to storage, clear this, let's set it to critical, let's go to manufactured, then we'll go to medicine, and we'll just check that box. Beautiful. Now let's go ahead and unforbid this, speed it up, up. Yeah, get all the medicine in one. In fact, I really should just use a bunch of these shelves for our random storage. We'll do that. That'll help with our storage space issues a little bit. All right. It's all happening. It's all coming together, people. Matza, hard at work cooking. Good job, buddy. Do we need some meat still? Actually, we're okay on meat. The thing that is really taking forever is the rice and stuff. I think we deconstruct this. Yeah, we'll get that knocked out. It'll give us a little extra stone. And Cutie can use that for... oh, good. Finally, we've got some of the psychoid. Okay. And let's take this floor out of here, too. So we're going to use some of this area to extend... Yeah, extend our garden a little bit here. Oh my god. I think, what is going on with the feather dust joints? Why? Why are those not selected? That's weird. There you go. Put them in there. Starting to look a little bit better. We're definitely going to get that ship built, I'll tell you what. It's going to happen. Alright, so we've deconstructed all the mechanoids. I'm going to suspend this, and I'm actually going to kill the power to it, too. I don't want to draw too much power. We've got 3 cooling units, a stove, some lamps, so we've only got 2 of these windmills. And that's not a lot, but, oh, it reminds me, though, we do now have... the ability to make solar, right? Or no, that's what we're researching currently. Okay. Ship to the stars. Not interested. Psychic drone is in. Oh god, look at this. We got a bear hanging out. He's a little too close to Herp there, isn't he? Alright, I think that calls on a bear hunt. Let's get the group together. This is a 4-person job right here. And open fire. Let's actually pull him over here. This way we can kind of kite him out if we need to. Bears are no joke, people. Get him, Saturn. Tag him. Nice. Good job, Sat. Oh, he's running into a hail of fire. Come on. Come on. Move, Saturn. Move. All right. Saturn's going a little slow, so I'm going to turn off... Oh, never mind. Good job, everybody. Boom. Fresh bear meat for the stew. Let's go. Danger. Herb noticed. Nearly noticed. Herb's turning out to be a good shot with that little pistol he's got. Level 8 with a single passion. Saturn's got a bit better of aim, so he's got that actual gun. Looking good. Our little monument is still intact. We won't get any more rewards for this, but we still have to keep it intact for 10 more days. Otherwise, the faction who gave us the quest will be very upset. Very upset indeed. I think I'm going to harvest all this these beehives too. Our pawns get a little bit of a mood bonus when they eat honey. So that's good. Alright, it's going great up here. We're going to have to get, let's see, 120. Yeah, I hope Cutie is working on some stone. Now, do we accept chunks in here? Okay, we're accepting chunks from this stockpile. Let's help Cutie out and move some of the stones from over here. We're going to order everybody to start hauling them. Did anybody actually get backpacks made? Oh, yeah, cool. All right, Saturn's wearing a backpack. Herp's got a backpack. Yes, everybody's wearing backpacks. Nice. So that should allow them to pick up more than one chunk when they do it. Let's watch Herp. Oh, he still only took one. Why did he only take one? Greatly increases the carry weight. Maybe Herp is just kind of weak. I don't know. Oh, not to worry, not to worry. All right, yeah, so if we stage our rocks a little bit closer to the production area, that'll help her churn them out quicker once we get them all moved. Those Max you deconstructed gave you some ship structure plates, Ryan. That's why you need to shoot deconstructed the other mechs you find along the way. Okay, gotcha, gotcha. I know what that one's from. Amongst other things that give you those plates. Okay, yeah, because it looks like those are going to be very hard to actually make ourselves, right? At least initially. Because it says we need some sort of part for it. Vaxstone, which only comes from, what? Asteroids? Harvested from asteroids, yeah. So we're going to actually have to have our grab ship up and running before we can even make those things. You can't make them at first. Okay. Good, good, good. I want to get the grab ship laid down and start building it, but I am nervous about doing that before these walls are ready. So we're going to let them. I'm going to be patient. We're not going to rush anything. I'm also really super curious if we have an ancient danger. Didn't we have one, or was that from the previous run? I mean, there's probably one here on the map somewhere, but I don't know if we've discovered its location yet. Could be buried deep in the mountain. Alright, cancel that. Okay, let's just cancel the rest of this. That's enough stones. Let's get everybody back to work. Back to work, people. And for the spaceship, it needs to be airtight. Okay. Gotcha, gotcha. So, got a little bit more wall. The granite's coming. Let's see here. Everybody's asleep. Or half the people are night owls. They're not actually night owls. They're just on the night shift, essentially. Ooh, down to 6.5. Resistance. She's coming. This built. Yeah, we're going to need another bed for her. So I'm thinking we go ahead and, like, place it. Do that. There we go. Alright. Just letting them get some stuff done here. We're going to speed it up. 4 speed. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, yeah. Appreciate you guys coming by the stream today. Going to be doing some Vintage Story tomorrow on the server, on the multiplayer server. Probably be exploring, working on the marketplace, trying to get some more of our traders to come join our little colony. But after that, on Sunday, we will be right back here with some more RimWorld. And I'm actually having a lot of fun with the colony, too. I have barely scratched the surface of this ODYSSEY DLC, but I've got a lot of hope for it, for sure. Alright, what do we do next? Prosthetics is not bad. Gunsmithing? Yeah. I think gunsmithing is pretty important. Unless there's something else I need to really think about. I mean, we're definitely going to go more for the ship stuff, but mending and drug production are going to be important too. But let's get gunsmithing going. And another good thing to remember too is not only is she a cook, but our impid here is also a fairly good researcher, and she's going to become a lot better over time. And yeah, she doesn't really do much else. So once she's converted, she's going to do a little mining, maybe help in the kitchen. But for the most part, we're going to have her just researching alongside Saturn. So that will be a tremendous help. Having 2 people instead of just 1, especially if they're both competent. Now, let's see. How's food doing? It's getting pretty low. Oh, Christ. We got a fire. Why? Is that a lightning strike? Yeah, we got a dry thunderstorm out here. I think it's time we get another group hunt going. So let's wait for the fire to get put out. Good job, cutie. And get over here. You'll need a lot of the strongest wall material you can find. You'll need a lot of it working up to uranium blocks. Okay. Get him, Saturn. Nail him. Nice. Of course, he's running away. Cowardly sloth. Oh, okay. Stop, stop, stop. Shoot him. Oh. Come on, Saturn. Yes. It's not triggering him to attack us, though, so it's kind of annoying. We're having to chase him. Don't go off the map. God. Oh, whew, I thought I was going to leave the map for a second. He still might. He's awfully close. Oh, don't do it. Damn it. Okay. Just set these guys up to be hunted. Oh, man. Our dinner just ran right off the map. Goblin Mini of the Brain. We do have... Did we ever get those horses hunted? They probably ran off the map, too. And that's not good. It's actually kind of dangerous to do that. Let's look at the wildlife. Donkeys? Where are the donkeys? Oh, yeah. Hunt those. Donkeys is easy meat. Oh, good. The wall's almost done, people. Almost. Oh, mad rat. Cutie. He's coming for you, cutie. Alright, so she's trying to hunt right now. Let's shoot it. Shoot it. Come on, cutie. She's missing it. She's not hit it once. Oh my god. Alright, hold on. Saturn, we might need your help here, buddy. Get out here. She's just running backwards from this. Oh, she hit it. She's just running, desperately trying to hit this. No thanks, I'm good without getting attacked. But I'll do my best out of fear. That rabid rat scared you to death. You did great, cutie. You defended yourself perfectly. And, as your bonus, you get to eat that rat for dinner tonight. Yum. Alright, and you got to get out there while it's raining and continue to hunt the donkeys. All right. So, see, there's always payoff. There's always like a reward for our hard work. You know what I'm saying? And quite often it's rat meat here in RimWorld. That reminds me of another great movie with Sylvester Stallone. And what's the guy's name? Crap. I'm blanking on the name of the movie too. Hold on, it'll come to me. Running in fear, shooting wildly. Did I hit it? Yes, you did. You nailed that little baby rat. Well, it wasn't a baby, but you nailed that rat. Good job. Sylvester Stallone and Wesley Snipes in Demolition Man. That's what I'm thinking of. Demolition Man is another great movie from the olden days. It's one of those that's got it's like kind of cheesy in a lot of ways, but overall the movie itself is so great. Yeah, Demolition Man is great. Excuse me, sir, what is your boggle? My boggle? Yeah, that is a birthday gift once. Yep. Sandra Bullock hitting on Sylvester Stallone, or doesn't even realize she's getting hit on. Such a funny movie. It's funny too. The timeline in that movie really doesn't make any sense either if you like lay it out, but it's still great. You just got to suspend your disbelief. It's even got Dennis Leary. Dennis Leary does a rant, one of his little rants in it. Really great. All right, speed it on up. Beautiful. We got a bed for Helminia. Let's see. We will need another one of these. It's a lot of electricity, people. I think it's time to get some solar panels laid down. As long as you watch them with a grain of salt, it's goofy and as good as a movie. Yeah. True. 100%. Gotta be willing to give movies a little bit of slack in a lot of ways, you know? Especially a movie like that, which isn't really made to be like high art or anything special, but it definitely, I think, became a bit of a cult classic. It's really just supposed to be some like silly high action movie, some vehicle for Stallone and Snipes, but it turned out to be something a lot cooler. The 3 seashells, people. You figure those out. You figured out life. Alright, food-wise, I'm still a little nervous, but we're bringing in the meat. We've got our hunters bringing it in. Now, why is nothing being stored on this? Well, that explains it, because these start off with nothing available. Let's just allow all. And we'll turn off the food, and we'll turn off corpses. And we'll copy that, and paste. Okay, that should help a little bit. Now, my all-time favorite movie, and I've talked about this before on stream, but it's a movie called The Quest for Fire, and it's an older movie. It's like, I want to say like the 70s maybe it was filmed, but maybe the 80s. But yeah, it's about a tribe of cavemen. It's unclear if they're Neanderthals or Homo sapiens, but I think they're supposed to be like Cro-Magnons. But it's a really, really cool movie. I really enjoy that one. There's no dialogue. Well, there's no language in it, like actual language. There's dialogue, but it's all just grunts and stuff. The strongest blocks on this map, the uranium for the ship's outer walls initially. You can use it for internal walls, but consider using the strongest from the start. Solar flare. So I thought we were supposed to make the walls and stuff out of this. The grav panels. Lightweight and high makes it ideal for GravTech structures. Oh, so the walls don't actually get made out of this. This is just components for like some of the stuff. Now that takes components and steel. Oh, here's the hull. Oh, okay, the hull takes just whatever we have available. I see. Grav panels are strictly flooring. Oh, okay, for some reason I thought they were also used for the walls too. But now you're saying that uranium has the highest HP. I thought that plasteel blocks or plasteel wall pieces had the highest HP, or did they change that? I know uranium's pretty high, but I thought plasteel was the highest. Let's jump to our third raid of the stream. Oh, they're definitely getting more challenging. We got a waster and 2 baseliners. They're all with melee weapons, though, so that's not terrible. They're attacking immediately, though, so let's get prepared. We're going to move to this position. Alright, we'll see what they're doing. Similarness. Oh, uranium is slightly stronger. Okay. I wonder if that was a change they made in 1.6. Let's move. Yeah, I remember always trying to build the strongest doors, because I would always use granite because it was high in abundance, but I was always looking for the strongest HP doors. Some of these guys are wearing armor, too. Okay, we just hit dig. They might hit these traps. Nice. Cool. We got one down. Nice. And retreating. Not from this colony. We're coming for you. Good job. Alright, let's look at big. Sickly, that's a hard no. What are you wearing? It's got some rhino leather pants on. We'll just finish him off, and she's dead. Okay. Good, good, good. Not bad, not bad. I want to replace these, though. It's actually kind of effective there, wasn't it? Alright, good. Let's put those in the home zone, too, so they will continually rebuild them. Good to go. To be honest, I'm just thrilled to be alive so far. I know. I'm just thrilled that we haven't died in the second stream. 2 plasteel for doors if you can afford it, but uranium for the outer walls for sure. Okay, gotcha. Yep, the skulls. We must retrieve the skulls. There we go. Yep. Oh, it's all coming together. So we've successfully defended against 3 raids so far in today's stream, which is pretty good. I mean, they've been small, obviously, but if we take a look at our colony wealth, we're at 32,000. Of course, this number is what the raid strength depends on right here. It's not a time thing. You can change the options when you start your colony, so it's time dependent, but we are playing in a colony that is based off resource wealth in terms of the threats that we get hit. So we keep that number low as possible as we go along. Shouldn't be too bad. Alright, let's see. Solar flare. Big's just laying out there. Just going to let him bleed out, apparently. Let's get the skulls. How's our girl doing? Oh, she's almost 2.9. All right. Yep. Her resistance has been brought down by about 10 points or so since we first captured her. It's a slow process. Some of them start off with I've seen pawns that will have like double the resistance. It'll be in like the 20s sometimes, but then there are some that are pretty low and like real easy to recruit. She's kind of middling, I would say. Alright, good job, Herp. So we've got the main wall up here built, although it's only 1 thick, so we're going to have to double that up. But I think that means we can safely get to work on this here. It's going to take a bunch more granite, though. Once this is up, though, I think I'll feel good about actually placing the ship down and stuff. Yeah. We're going to... I just want to make sure we're fully secured here. I don't want to go placing that ship and then get a raid we can't handle. Alright. Also, too, it's quite possible that they wouldn't necessarily destroy the ship, but they would come in here and try and steal it. Steal parts of it and stuff, which could be even worse. Because when they start stealing stuff, you can easily like lose track of pawns and they'll slip past you and take stuff. I've had that happen. I've had them kidnap pawns before. Oh my gosh, guys. Well, we've reached the 2 hour mark in the colony, though, so I think that's a good cutoff. We've made some progress. Unfortunately, we didn't get the ship started, but we will, I promise. We will, hopefully in the next one. And with you guys' help, if you continue to tune in, I'm sure we'll be able to make it. So I appreciate everybody coming by for the stream. Again, this VOD will be up on the YouTube channel in a couple of days, so if you missed any part of it, you can always check it out there. And of course, I will see you guys on the next one.